Okay, now we deal with the validity of having faith. Now, in science, I'm a scientific man myself. There's always two outcomes when you investigate a theory. You can either find out that it's valid or find out that it's not valid. I suggest that we also include a third assessment or outcome, which is neither. Yeah, the reason I say this is that if someone can't prove that what you believe in is a fallacy, then they can't say that it's not valid. But at the same time, if you can't prove that it's valid, you can't say that it's valid. So when you reach such a conundrum or paradox, it's best to have a third outcome, which is neither valid or valid. So you have valid, not valid, and neither. I'll give you an example of a coin toss. In your textbooks, they tell you that when you flick a coin, when you toss a coin, there's two outcomes, heads or tails. But there's also a third outcome. You can also look on YouTube and find people flicking their coin and it's landing square. Yeah, that's the third outcome. But there's no probability. There's no considerations when defining the probabilities or the number of events, possible events from a coin toss. So it's not 50-50. That will be heads 50%, tails 50%. There's the third outcome, neither. Yeah, there's a probability attached to that. What is that probability? If there is a probability, then the probability of getting heads is less than 50%. Probability of getting tails is less than 50%. Yeah? So that's my argument for why faith is not, to have faith is not stupid, because it's neither valid or invalid. But if it's not valid, yeah, sorry, if it's not invalid, yeah, then you can't say you're an idiot for having faith. Yeah. So science needs to figure out how to deal with the third outcome, which is neither. We don't program for it. There's no computers that program for that. Something either is or is not, 1 or 0. Quantum physics, they're now doing it in quantum computing, where they say something is neither in this state or that state. Yeah. Then you can say that but it's very dangerous to say this, that it's both. Quantum physics will tell you a particle is both spinning up and spinning down at the same time. That's similar to the concept of faith. The Almighty is both, believing in the Almighty is both valid and invalid at the same time, which is in line with the concept of quantum mechanics. So if the concept of quantum mechanics tells you that something can be either in a true state and a false state at the same time, and most faith-based religions allude to that fact, that the Almighty, yeah, is provable and non-provable at the same time, is in both states at the same time. Yeah, you look to prove him, he'll be unprovable. You look to not prove him, he'll be provable. So he's in both states at the same time. He's everywhere at the same time. It's everything at the same time. Yeah? So it's not invalid to have faith. Yeah? Remember that.